Morning guys, so I thought I'd do a quick video on my update on doing the fasting and my keto diet. So just a refresh, I've been doing keto now for 2.5 weeks, about 16 days I think. I'm not really counting every day. I've been fasting for quite a good 2-3 months now, every day. Haven't really broken that either, so it's been 18 hours pretty much every day, maybe more sometimes. Anyway, everything's going well. I decided to go on to keto, and I took to it really well. You know, I had no issues and no problems up until the last few days. I think the reason why I didn't struggle, because normally when you go, you know, you change to ketogenic, you go through what is called keto flu, where you feel really low energy. And that's just basically where your body's transitioning from using glycogen from the carbohydrates, your body naturally producing glycogen from fat, and that's basically what ketos is, the ketogens is inside your blood. So yeah, I didn't have all those issues. I just kind of took to it, and I think the reason is because I was already fasting. And during the fasting period, you could feel it. You could feel like the insulin levels dropping really low, and you get a little bit fluey every now and again, but nothing major. So yeah, up until the last couple of days, I've been really well and good, and I thought, God, this is easy, you know. But then something sort of changed. Yesterday, I felt really low, very sort of achy, fatigued. Wasn't quite sure whether it was keto flu, and I thought, well, it can't be, because I bought some testing strips, ketogenic testing strips, and I've got medium to high ketones in my blood, in my urine, which is a good sign. It means I'm ketosis, doing things properly. So I thought it can't be that. So I'd done a little bit of research on Google, YouTube, you know, the usual. Find some random doctor who isn't really a doctor at all. But no, I got a lot of consensus on this was to do with sodium. And when people go on keto, one of the main mistakes they do is, other than not use like good fats, is not put enough water for dehydration, and salt. Not putting enough salt in the food, or using special like electrolyte based drinks. So yeah, no, I looked into it, and I woke up this morning, I'm already out of my mind. I thought, if I'm going to feel like shit next day, I'm going to try some salt. So as crazy as it sounds, like salt water, crazy as that sounds, because to me, I always associate salt water as when people put salt in water, is to make themselves throw up and be sick. So anyway, I decided to put some salt in the water. I read up about this, and your sodium and magnesium is basically like your electrolytes in your system. That kind of is like a trigger for your central nervous system. So when their sodium levels drop, they're low, they're not as energetic, and if it gets really severe, you can die from it, right? It's really vital for the brain as well, particularly. And you tend to get electrolytes naturally. So when you like high carbohydrate food bonds well with water, which forms natural electrolytes, whereas when you do keto, you don't get so much of that, which is why sodium, you get told too much salt is bad for you, blah blah blah. Whereas the keto diet is completely opposite. You know, it's saying, you know, there obviously is the point where you're taking too much salt, but put a little bit more salt in your food than normal. You know, you tend to like, oh, I better back off now. But no, put as much salt as you can, put it in, you'll be fine. And I think that's where I've been going wrong. So I put salt in the water this morning, gave it half an hour, still feeling like crap, drank some, and literally in like 45 minutes, man, it was like turning on a light switch. I was like, holy shit, I felt good. I felt better and good. It was like almost like I got this zest of life back in me again. The hunger went, the headaches went, and I felt good. So while I'm saying that my issue was lack of sodium in my body at that point, still sort of holding reserve whether it was that or not. I'm going to try again later. If I ever do feel crappy again, then I'll try again and see if that works. If it isn't, then it's something else. But it's interesting doing the keto diet. I'm finding all sorts of things about my body and, you know, how it adapts to things and how it reacts to certain foods. You know, you really narrow things down. You really like take a lot of, like, when you're eating processed food, there's so many chemicals in there that, and if you get anything like a skin condition, which was what I had, I don't get anymore, funny enough, believe it or not. I don't get flaky skin anymore. So it's really hard when you get an allergic reaction or an autoimmune deficiency. It's really hard to eliminate or pinpoint where it's coming from, because if you're eating highly processed food, there's so much chemicals in it to eliminate that. But when you sort of go on, say, a keto-based diet where you're eating on processed foods and it's limited to what you can eat, you can see how certain foods react and certain things. So for instance, I found eating a lot of veg really fills me up. A lot of salt in the veg, like green leafy veg, sprouts are really good, you know, like you eat a lot of sprouts. I can go 24 hours without eating after that, you know. They're very fulfilling. Didn't realise how fulfilling they were, and I really enjoy it. I get to like my main meal time, which is usually like 5-6 o'clock at night, maybe 7, depending on how late it is, and I've got this craving for sprouts, you know, sprouts and mustard. You can't beat it. A little teaspoon of mustard goes really well, I'm kind of sort of glad I found something new, and it's given me a little bit more confidence to push further ahead, because there was a moment this morning where I thought, screw this keto diet, you know, it's just way too much going on that I don't know about. I'm not a doctor and it's not worth screwing myself up, but now I feel really good and feel better about doing this. I'm going to carry on forward. Anyway, gotta go.